Okay, you know that feeling? Your heart starts going a little faster than it should. Your chest gets tight for no reason you can explain. Your brain suddenly decides that right now, in the middle of a completely normal Tuesday, is the perfect time to catastrophize about every single thing that could possibly go wrong in your life. Maybe it hits before a big meeting, maybe it hits in a crowd, maybe it hits at 2 a.m. and you should be asleep, but instead you're lying there staring at the ceiling, running a full mental simulation of every awkward thing you've said in the last 5 years. We've all been there, and in that moment, someone inevitably says, "Just calm down." Wow, thank you. Groundbreaking advice. Truly, I had not considered simply calming down. You've changed my life. Here's the thing though, there are actual, real, science backed ways to interrupt an anxiety spike fast. Not go for a walk and drink some chamomile tea advice. Real techniques, ones that work with your nervous system instead of just yelling at it to behave. Today, I'm going to give you 4 of them, and they all work within 5 minutes. So whether you're watching this mid-spiral or just want to be prepared for the next time anxiety shows up uninvited, this one's for you. Let's name the actual problem first, because I think a lot of people experience this and don't fully understand what's happening to them. We're not talking about low-level background stress, the kind that hums all day long like a laptop fan. We're talking about sudden anxiety spikes, the ones that come out of nowhere and feel completely overwhelming in the moment. Heart racing, shallow breathing, that tunnel vision sensation where your brain locks onto one scary thought and just will not let go. And what makes them especially cruel is the timing. They don't show up when you're free and relaxed and could theoretically deal with them. They show up before you walk into the presentation, right before you fall asleep, mid-conversation with someone you're trying to impress. Extremely inconvenient, 0 stars, would not recommend. And the worst part, when you don't know what to do with an anxiety spike, you tend to do one of the 2 things. You either fight it, which makes it worse, or you avoid everything that triggers it, which makes your world smaller and smaller over time. Neither of those is a solution, but there is one, and it starts with understanding what's actually causing this in the first place. Here's what no one explains properly when they tell you to just breathe. Your anxiety is not a personality flaw. It is not weakness. It is not you being dramatic. It is your body doing exactly what it was designed to do at exactly the wrong moment. Let me explain. Deep in your brain lives a tiny almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Its entire job, its one purpose in life, is to scan your environment for threats and sound the alarm the second it finds one. It's your brain's smoke detector. The moment it perceives a threat, real or imagined, it triggers what's called the fight or flight response. Your body floods with adrenaline and cortisol, your heart rate shoots up to pump blood to your muscles, your breathing gets shallow and fast to take in more oxygen, digestion slows down, non-essential functions switch off, your entire system goes into emergency mode. Now, this was incredibly useful when the threat was a predator chasing you across the savannah. Your body would prepare to either fight that predator or run from it. Brilliant system, truly impressive engineering. The problem? Your amygdala cannot tell the difference between a lion and a dead lion, between physical danger and social embarrassment, between actual threat and a strongly worded email from your manager. So it fires the same full system alarm either way. You get the same flood of adrenaline whether you're about to be attacked or whether you just have to give a 5-minute presentation to 6 people in a conference room. That racing heart, that tight chest, that inability to think straight, that's not anxiety being irrational. That's your nervous system doing its job a little too enthusiastically. You can't reason your way out of a fight or flight response. You have to work with your body, not against it. And that's exactly what these 4 techniques do. And once you understand that, everything changes. You stop fighting the anxiety and start intercepting it, which is a much, much more effective strategy. Okay, 4 techniques, all doable in under 5 minutes, all backed by actual science. Let's go through them one by one. First up, grounding, and specifically the 5-4-3-2-1 method. Here's the thing about an anxiety spike. It pulls you out of the present moment and throws you into a mental future that doesn't exist yet. A future full of worst case scenarios that your brain has lovingly constructed in high definition. The grounding method yanks you back. Here's how it works. You use your 5 senses to anchor yourself to what's actually real right now in this moment. Start by looking around and naming 5 things you can see. Physically look around and name them out loud or in your head. 4 things you can physically feel, like your feet on the floor, the fabric of your clothes, the temperature of the air. 3 things you can hear, the hum of traffic, maybe a fan, someone talking nearby. 2 things you can smell, even if it's faint, just notice it. And 1 thing you can taste. Takes you about 60 to 90 seconds. What you're doing is forcing your brain to engage its sensory processing centers, which pulls cognitive resources away from the anxiety spiral. You literally cannot fully catastrophize about the future while your brain is busy identifying what you can hear and smell right now. It sounds almost embarrassingly simple, but neuroscience doesn't care about being impressive. It just cares about what works, and this works. Technique 2 is breathing. And before you roll your eyes, no, I'm not just telling you to take a deep breath and move on with your life. I'm telling you about a specific breathing pattern that directly activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system responsible for calming things down. It's called 4-7-8 breathing. Here's the pattern. You breathe in for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 counts, and breathe out slowly for 8 counts. Do that cycle 3 to 4 times, less than 2 minutes total. And here's why it works. When you're anxious, your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight side, is running the show. The extended exhale in this pattern activates your vagus nerve, which triggers your parasympathetic system, your rest and digest response, to kick in and counteract it. You are literally using your own breath to flip a switch in your nervous system. No equipment needed, no app required, no prescription, just you breathing with attention. And the hold at 7 counts, that's not arbitrary. Holding your breath briefly increases carbon dioxide slightly, which signals to your brain that things are okay. The emergency is not as urgent as it thought. You're essentially calling your amygdala and going, hey, stand down, be good, and it actually listens. Try it right now if you want. Seriously, 4 counts in, hold for 7, out for 8. Do it twice, notice how your shoulders drop. Okay, technique 3 is one that sounds a little extreme but is genuinely one of the fastest ways to interrupt an acute anxiety response. It's called the cold water reset. Here's what you do. When anxiety spikes hard, you go to a sink, fill it with cold water, and submerge your face for 15 to 30 seconds. Or if that's not available, you can run cold water over your wrists and the back of your neck. I can see your face right now, you're making a face, but stay with me. This works because of something called the diving reflex, also known as the mammalian dive reflex. When cold water hits your face, particularly around your eyes and nose, your body automatically triggers a series of calming physiological responses. Heart rate drops, blood pressure regulation kicks in, the vagus nerve activates. It's a reflex that's been hardwired into mammals for millions of years. Your body essentially thinks you've just dived underwater and it shifts into a low stimulation conservation mode, which, as it turns out, is the exact opposite of an anxiety spike. Researchers have actually found this to be one of the fastest ways to reduce acute emotional distress. We're talking 30 seconds or less to measurably lower your heart rate. Is it glamorous? No. Will you look slightly dramatic running to the nearest bathroom mid-panic? Possibly. Does it work faster than most other techniques? Yes. You can decide what matters more to you. And technique 4, movement, specifically intentional physical movement as an anxiety interrupt. Remember, your fight or flight response was designed to make you physically do something. Fight or run. Your body has been loaded up with adrenaline and cortisol in preparation for action. When you just sit there frozen, those stress hormones have nowhere to go. They just keep circulating. And that keeps the anxiety engine running. So give your body what it's actually asking for. Movement. But not just any movement. The key is to do something intense enough to actually burn through that adrenaline. Some options that work: 30 seconds of jumping jacks or running in place, 10 to 15 fast body weight squats, a brisk 2-minute walk fast enough that you're slightly breathless, or even shaking your hands and arms out hard for 30 seconds. Sounds weird, works anyway. Physical movement triggers the release of endorphins, which directly counteract cortisol. It metabolizes the adrenaline that's been dumped into your bloodstream, and it sends a signal to your nervous system that the threat has been dealt with. You either fought it or you ran. Either way, it's over. You're essentially completing the stress cycle that your body started. And when the cycle completes, your nervous system resets. This is also why exercise in general is so good for anxiety long term. It's not just about physical health. It's about regularly giving your nervous system a healthy release valve. But in the acute moment, even 2 minutes of intentional movement can be genuinely transformative. So, bottom line, your body stored that anxiety as physical energy. The fastest way out is through physical action. Quick recap before we go. Your anxiety toolkit. Number 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. Drag your brain back to the present moment through your senses. Number 2, 4, 7, 8 breathing. Activate your parasympathetic nervous system with your own breath. Number 3, cold water reset. Trigger the dive reflex and drop your heart rate in under 30 seconds. Number 4, movement reset. Burn through the adrenaline and complete the stress cycle. Now here's what I want you to really hear before you close this video. Anxiety is not evidence that something is wrong with you. Your nervous system is not broken. It is doing exactly what it evolved to do, protecting you. It's just been a little over-enthusiastic lately. And that's something you can work with. You are not at the mercy of your anxiety. You never were. You just needed the right tools, and now you have 4 of them. The next time that spike hits, and it might, you won't be standing there helpless wondering what to do. You'll have options, you'll have a plan, and that alone, that changes everything. Because anxiety loses a lot of its power the moment you stop being afraid of it. If this helped you even a little bit, drop a comment and tell me which technique you're going to try first. I genuinely want to read them all. If you want more real practical content on mental health and building a life where you actually feel okay most of the time, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one. And take care of your nervous system. It's been working really hard. It deserves a little grace. Bye.